Let me tell y'all the best way to become a high value male, right? Let me tell y'all, fellas, one way to become a high value male, right, is to value yourself before anything. Most men want to become high value males for women and not themselves. They don't hold themselves to a higher standard for themselves. They hold themselves to a higher standard for women and for the opinions of others from the outside world. So what you got to do is you got to learn how to value yourself higher than anyone else, anything, and it don't matter what it is. But do not compromise don't compromise, right, yourself for other people. And then when you get the approval from that person, now the power of your value is in that person's hands. Now they could project what they think of your value to you, back to you. And then when they don't value you like you want them to value you, you then lose hope in yourself because you put your value in somebody else's hand. When you put your value in somebody else's hand, that shows how much value you have in you hold for yourself. When you put your value in somebody else's hands, that is that direct reflection of how much you value yourself. So you really have to start valuing yourself over everybody and everything else around you, because when you put your value in everybody else, that means you have none. So you got to work on yourself in ways that most people won't, or most people don't, so you can get to the places where most people won't. You know what I'm saying? So what you got to start doing is this. Every single day, you work on affirmations, you write your goals down, you spend time alone, you talk to yourself, you love yourself, you learn how to literally go back to the past, patch up some pieces, and then live in the present. Because things from the past will keep overflowing to your present right now, and then you ain't going to be able to live how you want to live unless you patch up the pieces there, right? Makes peace with it so you can now live in the present, right? And then when you live in the present, everything you do in the present has a profound effect on what you're going to toward the future. That's how life is really supposed to be lived. So you got to make peace with the past to live in the present, to make way for your future. But first, you have to value yourself first. You have to really figure out, how much do you love yourself? Do you love yourself enough to never put nobody above you? Even if you got a wife, look, man, I'm going to tell y'all something. If you go to somebody, right, and you always kissing, their behind, right? If you stay doing stuff for them all the time and then you don't do nothing for yourself, what do you think that person's gonna say to you or even think about you? Yo, why is this person not even caring about themselves? They only caring about me more. When you care about somebody else more than yourself, that person will turn around and consciously and subconsciously start to not value you because they see you don't value yourself. It's just like a woman who posts certain pictures and stuff like that on their Instagram all the time, like sexual stuff. They're not valuing themselves to a higher standard, but then wonder why they can't get a high value man. And a high value man don't mean a guy with money, because a lot of men with money ain't high value. I'm talking about a noble, humble king, a righteous, divine man. See, the thing is about people, they do things and not understand why that they're getting the results they're getting. It's because everything you're getting is a direct reflection of what you're doing. Everything you do is a direct reflection of what you're getting. So you got to realize everything has a action and reaction, cause and effect. So the actions you take in valuing yourself, the reaction is what the universe and the people is going to give you back because you value yourself. But when you don't get what you want to get. So, and before you go in the world today, you need to really ask yourself, do I value myself to the highest standard ever? Am I willing to cut off certain people out of my life to make my value higher so I can move up to the upper echelon in life? Those are the type of questions you got to ask. Am I willing to work on myself in ways that most people don't to get to where most people won't? You have to ask yourself these questions. You have to value you, because if you value you, that's when everybody in the world going to value you. But if you don't, nobody ain't going to value you if you don't value yourself. So think about that, man. Think about ways you can set higher value expectations and standards for yourself, for the world to actually give to you. All right? That's how you become a high value male. Don't put nobody else above you but yourself. You are the standard for you. And whoever is, all high value males will tell you this thing. I value myself over everything, over anybody. I don't care who it is. those people happen to hire their standards, and then we match, and then they came together. High value people will tell you that. High value people will always match with high value people. So if you value yourself, you're gonna run into a lot of people who value themselves. But if you don't value yourself, you're gonna run into people who don't care about themselves. And then it's gonna be a repetitive, perpetual cycle that cannot get fixed unless you start the process of valuing yourself. All right. So yeah, man, that's how you become a high value male or woman or anybody, anything. All right. Godspeed.